You know
Nah,
what I
y'all got it. Y'all got it.
mean?
Yo,
Yes,
yo,
sir.
yo, 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 yo. It's another episode. We checking in on a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. We got a special guest in the building. Ab Soul, straight from the
Yes,
West
sir.
Coast. Leroy Green in the house. Sir Vaughn, what's good, brother?
What's good? Survive. Yes,
It's,
sir.
it's part two.
Oh, that's the other homie.
It's part two from an interview
Yeah,
from last week. You know, he's on the video shoot set, you know what I'm saying, on
Mhm,
Saturday or whatnot. And now we pulling up for part
mhm.
two. What's good, my G?
Yeah,
yeah,
man, ain't nothing y'all got. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it.
yeah. I mean, like when I tried to get at you, and first, thank you, man, for coming through, man. Because when I got up this
Mhm,
morning, I had a music meeting this morning, right? But when I got up, like a word
mhm,
just kept hitting me in the head, and that word was opportunity, man. And that's like a powerful
mhm.
word to me, man. You know what I mean? And I really put a lot on that
Yeah,
opportunity. But you know, yeah, no, seriously, and thanks to your team too as well. But
no, for
when we
sure,
called
for
you, you
sure.
was doing a video. Yeah, no, no, for real though, man,
Yeah,
for
yep.
real. So how did
Mhm.
how did it go that night, man? With Vince Staples, you were shooting for California Dream, right?
Yep. Yeah, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's getting chopped up as we speak. Hopefully it come out clean.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, for everybody, I know y'all think this is Ab Soul, right? But this is Soul Burger. This is Soul Burger that you know what I mean that I had pull up because I was trying to decode this album, y'all. But I can't. I gotta go to the source with this one, man. I gotta go to the
Right.
source. So I gotta ask Soul Burger about it. But we gonna get it cracking. This is the guy, Rap Genius, right? This is one of the guys
Mhm.
that inspired Rap Genius. Just for y'all
Correct.
that this is mastery in lyricism that I know firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know this
Right.
brother is the truth when it comes to the pen. For real, for real. So it's an honor and a privilege to have you in the building. You know what I mean? 1/4 of the black hippie, man. You know what I mean?
Mhm. All that. All that.
Yes, sir. So just real quick, last episode, because a new Ice Cube record came out, and earlier this
Mhm,
week we was talking about conscious rap. You know what I mean? And the boxes that it gets put into, and things of that nature, right?
mhm,
Wh- Which which I feel that it's a necessary. It's definitely a necessary, and I feel like it's the top level of, like, when you master your craft, when you get into that conscious bag, I feel like that's the top level. So being that you and your squad have come out, you're in LA, and now you see a unification of the streets in LA.
mhm.
How does that feel, man? Because that musically, you and your team, Kendrick, Schoolboy, J Rock, TDE, y'all have been pushing that kind of like your music is real, but it is a unity there, and now you're seeing it manifest in the street for real, man. How does that feel, my brother?
Oh man, it feels excellent, man, because it's been like a premise of ours, if you will, like
Yeah.
and I think that that I guess that'll tie in with your idea, like maybe conscious rap. It's
Hmm.
kind of like I really don't like that title really because I mean everybody's conscious, right? Or you're dead,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But I get the sentiment or
Right.
whatnot, but
Hmm.
we move with a purpose. We had a movement from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To unify. You know what I mean? Like we black hippie, yeah, but we like the real Black Panthers, if you will. Just like to keep that vein alive. You know what I'm saying? To just move with a purpose to unify and bring everybody together. You know what I'm saying? Not even just like gang culture, but everybody. You know what I'm saying? We go out to these shows and we see people of all different colors. You know what I'm saying? And
No doubt.
it's just a
Yeah.
beautiful thing, period. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
That's important, and then, that leads into my
And shout
next
out to
question.
Cube. Yeah, definitely shout out to Cube. You know what I'm saying? One of the
Yeah.
trailblazers, one of the pioneers.
Oh, come
You know what
on,
I'm
man.
saying? Like, they move with
Come
the
on.
same purpose in their own way. And we just trying to keep that going. You know what I'm saying?
For real, for real. And that leads to my next question, because before I get into Soul Burger, right? And I
Mhm.
got into a little bit with you when on the phone with you last time. So I'm only got, about four questions with that Soul Burger anyway. Cuz I'm a
Uh-huh.
narrow I'm gonna start with like in the middle of the album with that. But
Okay.
you was in the middle of two titans, two lyrical titans recently, cuz you got K Dot, your brother, and you got Cole. Now,
Yeah.
my question is, because you being a lyrical samurai, right? You know how
Hmm.
to battle somebody without it going left. Like
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
battle someone and just showcase skills. That's the homie Siobhan right there. What up, boy?
Sir,
You know what I
Salute.
mean?
Salute.
So
it's good, man.
what do you and the team I represent, we're on that type of time, you know what I mean? And we want to
Right.
develop and move the culture forward. So what do you think needs to happen so that the next time someone steps in the arena and they're at the level of a J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, that they could battle and it could be fun for everybody based on just the skill? Do you think that's even possible, Absol? You know what
No,
I mean?
absolutely. Anything is possible. But I mean, you
Yeah,
got to think about it like this, and I'm glad you mentioned, you know, Dot and Cole in particular,
yeah,
because I mean, unpopular opinion, I really like the stance that Cole took in the whole situation. I mean, because it was kind of like a three, like how do you bat? Like, what was it supposed to be, a 2-on-1? You know what I mean? It was kind of
yeah,
confusing.
right,
So
right,
just him kind of removing himself from, just me personally, I don't know, and yeah, but me and Dot are obviously family. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And Cole is my brother though, but I mean, y'all know who the gang is, I mean, right? But
Ganging them,
yeah,
ganging them.
right. So I mean, I personally, and Cole kept it rap. He kept it on wax for what he did do, and
No
then
doubt.
he took the stance that he did. I feel like if he would have continued, they would have kept it there on that level because we come from that cloth. I don't know, the other gentleman that well, I don't know him personally, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really
Right,
speak for him or whatever. But that's where we come from. Like, we used to battle in the street. I text battled on online. Like I used to, I'm a
right,
text seed too. So
right.
it don't have, it could stay right there between us as men. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just where I come from, you know what I'm saying? So,
For real. No,
but
I hear you.
I mean, like, but the music business and entertainment is different from just rapping in the street. It's more
Right,
like you gotta, it's more mechanics involved, which I mean, shit, this is what we signed up for, so you gotta respect it
so,
too as well. I mean, you don't have to agree, but I mean, shit, like, you going to
yeah,
war, like, all is fair, you going to war,
no
kind of, you know
doubt.
what I mean? But, but in my personal opinion, I would like for all like battles and and under the scape of hip hop to remain between the two contenders. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying? Like I could battle, like I like, they have battles like that. I could battle you and compliment you. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like they have those too. Like, right? They have like the battles where they like compliment each other. Like, it's so many
Yes.
different ways that you could go about, displaying, your skill level
Yeah.
and
I
on a
I could battle
competitive
someone and not even diss them. I could battle someone,
and
rip.
compliment you
Right,
and
you know what I'm
compliment you.
saying? Yeah,
Seriously,
man.
I could battle you and rip you apart with
Yes.
compliments. I could kill you
Thank
with
you.
kindness. You feel what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So I mean, but that's just me, that's me talking. So I can't speak for everybody in this, in this arena. But just
Right.
keep hope alive, man, and hope. I think if everybody, took the time, like just as far as hip hop. I don't know how old are you guys? Are you guys fairly young? I'm an
I'm
uncle
old.
now.
We old,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
We old, man.
34.
Old, bro.
34. Okay, y'all in the 30s. Okay, we in the
I'm
30s. Okay.
34. I'm the youngest out of the bunch.
Okay,
Right.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So yeah, we all uncles then. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean,
I done
like, yeah.
crossed the
So
40s.
okay, cool. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, big homie. All right, big.
Yeah,
Okay, some big.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
big homie in here
I'm a
talking.
OG. I'm 40. I'm 41, so I'm old, man.
All
I'm
right,
old.
gang.
Right.
No, you good? Yeah, that's right, big
Yeah.
homie. So yeah. So I mean, I think it's kind of like, I take it upon myself, like to,
Yeah.
we kind of. I'm in a sweet spot. I feel like to where like I can still kind of like communicate with the youth
Right.
and like still remain like the little homie to the OGs. You feel what I'm saying? And like
Right.
I'm KRS too. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't. I'm soul
KRS
brother
too,
number
right?
two. I'm soul brother number two. Like I do that intentionally because it's like I feel like it's also a premise of mine to stick to the roots. You know what I'm saying? Know your roots and who you're rooting for. All of that. I think that that's
Absolutely.
important for if you know what hip hop is about. It's intelligent movement. You know what I'm saying? To be hip is to be hip is to be intelligent. The hop is the movement. I can't say that enough. And that's
No.
KRS-One. So I'm saying like
Right. Right.
talking about like the five elements of hip hop. Do y'all know the five elements of hip hop?
yes,
Oh yeah,
sir.
I know the Infinity Stones, man. The MCing, the DJing, the breakdancing, the graffiti,
Eating,
and the knowledge itself or the beatboxing.
yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean? But that's why I'm
Oh,
trying to add the
you real
conscious tone.
you a real OG. Yeah, they yeah that
Yeah, come
beatboxing
on.
is the is that's the
Come on, Ab.
that's the mystery gemstone. Yeah, okay, you got it.
The mystery
So
gentle. You know I'm from the Jedi school.
now I know who I'm talking to. Okay, bet. So
Okay,
yeah,
right,
so
right,
I feel like it's our I take it upon myself to just make sure we keep those
right.
we keep the roots you know fertile. You know what I'm saying? We keep the roots toiled. You know what I'm saying? We toil that garden. You feel what I'm saying? So
No
Yeah.
you
doubt.
feel me?
And
You
that's the
helping us
mission.
do that.
That's the mission of according to hip hop is to bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying between generations. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we in that sweet spot, like you said. From we grew up on KRS, we grew up on Outkast, Goody Mob, NWA.
Boom,
You know what I'm saying? Too
boom.
Short. You know what I'm saying? And now
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
new generation of folks like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like Dot and Cole and you know what I'm saying? Folks like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a
yeah.
bridge, and we try to have those conversations between Servan's the young man in the bunch at 34. We have those
Yeah.
conversations and kind of speak about the history of hip hop and also the future and also today. But Servan, you had a question before Leroy goes back with his
Mhm.
other question. Servan, what's your question
Yeah,
you had, brother?
definitely. So, Ab, like, I was on to you when I was in college. I went to FAMU. We seen
Okay.
like you jumped off the porch, and we seen like the momentum you had. And I remember reading an article that you did with Billboard, and you mentioned by the age of 30, you wanted TDE to be um, the the best dynasty or organization in a record label in history of hip hop. Now that
Yep.
time has went by, and we're here now. Do you see that what you manifested stands true to what you once spoke to existence?
Well, I mean, in my eyes, for sure. I mean, but ultimately, it's up to the people. I'm real firm on that. But I mean, in my eyes, and I grew up in, a lot of y'all know I grew up in music retail. I grew up in a family-owned record store. Um, so
Right.
judging,
Legendary.
right, legend, the world famous
Yeah.
VIPs. I grew up at
Yeah.
Magic Disc Music. You know what I'm saying? But like, having that, that background and that intelligence, that IQ, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I look at
TDE is it's historic. It's for sure
Yeah.
historic. You know what I'm saying? And
definitely. I
I'm the
look at
only TDE artist that is only TDE. I'm not like signed to like I don't have any like joint ventures with any other like majors or anything like that. I'm strictly TDE. So you know
Fine.
to go as far as I've come. with just our machine, it speaks volume to the possibilities. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah,
absolutely true.
definitely. Because I look at that roster, I look at how long TDE's been going, and you guys are not slowing up, and you guys are putting out amazing artists. And when we go and we're looking at these record labels and the longevity in their roster, I think what you manifested actually is for good conversation today when we
Mhm.
really look at the grand scheme of things.
Right, yeah. And I mean, manifest is one thing, but we we get it in.
Definitely,
You
yeah.
know,
Fact.
Yeah,
faith without work is dead. You know what I'm saying? We really get it in. You know what I'm saying? So, for sure.
yeah.
Leroy.
No, y'all definitely do work, and that is, that can't be that's serious. It's a lot of work that goes into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I appreciate that because I know what that grind is. Like when we first called you, you was grinding in. So we
yeah.
know it's a grind for real. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
But
and that's my bad about that too. The timing. You know what I mean?
oh, come on,
You
man.
know.
We
You
we
know.
we pro art. We artists first over here, man. You come through here, it's always open door. Artists can say whatever they want to say. They run the show here. The reason why that is because I grew up on the Wake Up Show, Sway and all that.
Ah, yeah, my man.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel
Yeah,
like I gotta carry that torch. I'm from the Bay Area, man. I can't
that's what's
let
up.
that man's legacy down. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta carry that type of energy because that's what
Yeah.
I want to bring to the forefront. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, Sway. Cool story about Sway is, I was out. I actually, I moved to New York for like a couple years. Like I was bi-coastal. I had to go to where they say hip hop started. I went and stayed in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
um, I was at I get what was that? What is he at? Sirius? Is that where he at?
Yep.
Shade
Yep.
45? What
Seriously.
Shade 45?
Yes. For five.
Yeah,
Yep.
Shade, yeah. Yeah, and I
Yep.
just ran. I don't know if I was doing some kind of interview there, but I had just bumped into him in the hall,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yo, you got to come do my show." And I'm like, "Oh man, I gotta go." I was with my lady at the time. Like I was like, "I gotta go all the way over here." He was like, "Man," he gave me like cab fare, money for lunch. He was like, "Man, take this, go do what you got to do, and this should be enough for you to get back and fro." You know what I'm saying? Like for
Yes,
me to
sir.
come on the show, and that
Right.
was like, what I'm saying. So shout
Yeah.
out to Sway, man. Yeah, like that's ill to me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Real
For
talk.
sure. That,
Uh,
that's I've seen things like that, and I'm trying to carry on in that. But before I get into Soul Burger,
Right.
Ron, was you about to say something?
Nah, I was just saying, yeah, y'all cooking up. Y'all cooking up. Go to Soul Burger.
Yeah.
Right.
So Soul Burger, man. When I first talked to you, we talked about the intro, right? With
Yeah.
the
Right.
with the intro, but what I appreciate you about you guys is the musicality too. So
Uh-huh.
you're able to still maintain your lyricism, but
Hmm.
you're able to make it palatable. And that's, I guess, for this project, that shout out to Doughburger, man. And I saw Doughburger open up for you. I mean, hype man for you before. You know what I'm saying? So salute to
Yeah.
him, man. Salute to
Yeah.
him.
Nah. Yeah. Long live Doe Burger, man. He was none of a
Yeah.
kind, man. And this album was like, he did hype man for me, but he was not at all a hype man.
Yes,
He
sir.
was up there he was up there making sure I ain't fall off stage, man. If you really watch closely, he was up there keeping the lights out of my face, and you know what I'm saying, and making sure I worked the whole stage. If I was on this side too long, he'd move me to the other side. Like he was really Doe was really the star. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just rap good, you know what I'm saying? Absol is just it's a not just a, but it's a brand that we created. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I had to, you know, not only is this, just, an ode to him, but to, let everybody know, how instrumental he was in throughout my whole career, and me,
Yeah.
just applying, a lot of the, the advice that he would try to give me, you know what I'm saying? Like him being tuned into, like the uh the more mainstream and the more, especially like performance wise, like, me just being an MC's MC, he like, man, we got to get them jumping some kind of way, dude. We got to like, you got to try
Right,
some new stuff. I know you can rap your ass off, man, but we got to get the people
right,
moving. They just be looking at you like in amazement, like, you know what I mean? Like we got to get them moving. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about
right.
how good you can rap. Like we got to control the crowd for real. Like, we got to make sure they feel it and they have a good time. And that's why, like, if you familiar with my work, I always would have one song, at least one song on each project where I like say "Dope Burger," and that'll be the song that,
Yep.
like, get them jumping or whatnot, per
Go up
se. So
and go up.
right, so this project was simply me just trying to channel his energy and merge the two of us the best way that I could. You know what I'm saying?
And I
Got you.
caught that. I think you did that well because like on Bucko Jr. You got the
Yeah.
great like Alexander and Alexander McQueen tie
Well,
son
well,
up like yeah.
well, no,
Go ahead.
Pete. What's significant about Bucko Jr. is it's an ode to Wayne.
Mm. All right, break that
It's
down.
it's a, it's Bucko Bucko is my brother Python P. He's the biggest Bucko, and so he
Right,
produced the record or whatever, or not or whatever, but he produced the record, crazy
right.
record, and it just and Lil Wayne is Doe's favorite rapper, hands down. He's Wayne raised me too, but like he's his favorite rapper hands down. So that was a
So
ode to Wayne. Like, so it was based on like Birdman Jr. The song Birdman Jr. If you go
right.
listen to it now,
Okay.
you'll see that, like,
Yeah,
so I tried to like really like channel Wayne and use as many Lil Wayne flows, like a lot of my favorite Wayne flows and cadences. So that's what that
Mm.
was. And I did that for
Okay.
Doe, but also paying homage to Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
why,
I
like,
got I got caught
y'all
off.
remember, y'all remember that record, the Birdman Jr. record, yeah, Murder
yeah,
Capital
Yeah,
off the
on the
car.
key to,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
yeah,
Of course.
United States of Delamo 190, the Glock concealed. I really like
Yes.
sampled him.
Yes.
So when you
Yes.
listen to it
Nah,
now,
that's
you hear
right.
him, and then I have Python, Bucko. He was Birdman in between the hook, like in the hook section. That was him, like,
Okay.
being Birdman. So I thought that
All
was
right.
yeah,
You had to get the
yeah.
whole Cash Money experience.
Exactly. Top dog is the
Yeah.
army, better get the navy. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah. I
yeah,
got caught
so
off
yeah,
the
that's
acronym, Born Under Chaos. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that the
yeah,
Born Under Chaos, keeping order. Pardon me.
yeah, yeah,
That was fire. That was
yeah.
fire.
Real talk. Yeah.
So, I mean,
sir.
was you about to say something, Siobhan?
Yeah, I was wanted to ask you, man, because this album was a dedication to your man's.
Right.
And I know, unfortunately, you've dealt with several losses throughout your career. With
Yeah.
this album being a dedication, how do you see you using this music as therapy for you?
Oh, absolutely. This is my way to it wasn't only therapeutic for me, but it was a way to my this is my way of keeping them alive and letting them live through me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, you know, he
Yeah.
never left me. Maybe in the physical, but he never left me. So this is how I can make sure that I keep his name alive, through me. This is how I can do it. And they say, like, if you when you lose somebody, if you don't say their name again, they die twice.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I've heard
I've
that
heard.
somewhere,
I've
and
heard that.
like this, so if you didn't, if you anybody that's gonna know me is gonna know Doe.
facts.
Like, we're gonna
Right.
go hand in hand forever, as we were before, but now more than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's dope, man. Because you're keeping his memory alive and keeping that his energy alive. You know what I mean? And I can appreciate that. wholeheartedly, bro. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
come back to that on the last song when I get it when I talk about the last song that you got on Soul Burger. But you
All
also
good.
had
All good.
yeah, you also had Squeeze First on there. Everybody
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
I'm a J. I've
Yeah.
always loved the song Squeeze First. That I have
Yeah.
always loved that song, and I never hear nobody talk about it. So I feel like it's
Man.
just me playing Squeeze First. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard you get
Yeah.
into that bag, I said, okay, that's it. My A like right there. He's in that bag. But a line that you said in there, you said, read the autobiography of Malcolm X as a Christian, started
Hmm.
questioning the Reverend, like this nigga tripping. Now,
Right. Right. Right.
now, you also said they don't want us to frontline and resonate. I'm inviting you to combine, right? To form like Voltron. But
If
I
what?
want
No,
you
I
to speak
said if this resonate with you, I'm
mm,
inviting you to combined with me
combined.
till our. If this resonate with you, what? No, no. Go back further.
Right.
Hip hop songs are for all my brothers on the front line. If this resonate with you, I'm inviting you to combined with me until our
Combined.
multiplicity is big enough to blow them up with one bomb. Why you think we always in some bind? Because they don't want us to combine.
Come on,
You feel what
man.
I'm saying?
That,
Yeah. So that
come on,
just for
man.
clarity. Yeah. Just for clarity. Yeah. You
Yeah,
went
no,
Voltron. Yeah. You went. Yeah. You went to.
no, yeah.
Yeah. I missed a few bars, man. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm crazy, man. I'm out there, but
Nah.
no,
Nah.
you
I
was
like. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. We was on the same page though. Yeah. We was on the same page.
you like when the first time I talked to you, like in I don't maybe it was I forgot what month it was when I rapped for you, and then I spit the verse again, and then I
Yeah.
like people was tripping like how you gonna spit it twice? You know what I mean? But
Right.
you know,
Right.
but you
Hey,
show
you getting
love, but
that? Hey, you getting that? You getting that spirit, man? That's the
yeah,
frequency. Once you catch that spark of genius, man, you gotta hold on to it tight.
man,
I can
you ain't
respect
lying.
that. I can respect that. Yep.
Yeah, but I just like that how you took both Malcolm and Martin, and just like Soulberger, you were seeing the middle ground between both of those as well. You know what I mean? And that's very powerful. You know what I mean? That's very powerful
Word.
to me that people because people like to lean on religion instead of the human being. They put the religion before the human being. It's like
Correct.
it's like appreciate the man too. He may be a Muslim Christian, but you got to appreciate the human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before
No.
the
And it.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. Not to cut you off, but like I think
yeah,
my point was even I grew up heavily in the Christian church. And I am still a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Um, I it's that's just my roots and everything. Just seems to come
real
back.
simple.
Come back to God for me. You know what I'm saying? And in all my research, but like reading the autobiography, it helped me to go out and actually study theology versus just taking this one. Just looking at all I know is Christianity. Let
Right.
me go do my due diligence and do my research on all of these different belief systems and find the the parallels and
Yeah,
the agreements, the disagreements. That was just important for me because I had devoted myself to the Christian church. So
yeah,
in order to really to really practice it or really believe in it, it was important for me to step out and gain some more information. So
right.
and yeah, religion, by definition is it's a belief system, right?
Yes.
But I think there's a lot of power in these practices and these beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just finding your space and finding your purpose, and you know I think it was just very important for me to do my due diligence and go out and just study theology as a whole versus just just my church. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I think it's different perspectives looking at the same source. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So if
Correct.
you
Yeah.
if it's the Muslim perspective or the Christian perspective
Right.
or Buddhist
Right.
or Hindu or
Yeah.
they're looking at it from different points on the planet. You may be in India, you may be in Africa, you may be in Europe, but you're
God, Allah, Jah,
yeah,
Buddha,
right. You
Rastafari,
look right,
Krishna, whatever you want to. It's all a higher power at the end of the day. Like whatever you want to give name to it. And I
right.
just think that that's very significant. You know what I'm saying? So
No, no doubt, no doubt. One of our mods had a question before we go to Servan with this question. He says, "As Ab, how did the premiere track Got a Rap come into fruition? That's arguably the best DJ premiere produced track I've heard in years."
yeah,
Fire,
he actually said that. Uh, well,
right?
I'm gonna give y'all the exclusive with that. Actually, what happened with that was me and Primo have been down to work ever since I did the joint with on Prime with him and Royce, me and
Right,
Mac.
right.
Uh, yeah, we did that joint, and from there, like he always would, if when we cross paths, or he'd be like, I got you, since y'all, you did that for me, and I'll be like, for sure. So um I just felt strongly about, I came up with the record, and like it took many forms. Like I wrote it to like several, I recorded it. I wrote the song and recorded it over like several different records, right? And so I
Right.
finally was like, no, this is the one for this is I need him for this. So, I sent it to him, and then he sent me a couple loops that he did. And actually, in all honesty, I played it for Dot, and he was like, nah, hold on. I got one. So Dot actually sent me that record that he had
Okay.
from Primo. So
Right.
and it just worked. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of let how much of a team player, Dot is too. How instrumental he's always been for me. So
Yeah.
that's really how that came about, like for real.
No, absolutely. I'm gonna ask just two more questions, and I'm gonna let one of my questions go because I got a hater that's in the comments hating. I'm gonna ask his question just to troll back. But he, I mean, yeah, I'm a part time asshole too. Like when people play with me, but he wants to know
Mhm.
how you felt about, and not because I asked you this already, but he wants to
Yeah,
know how you felt about, you know, K Dot giving you your flowers in the Heart Part Six, man, because you were very instrumental and you've seen them come up and seen them on that grind, and to be there, that's legendary. So how good does it feel to see your brother doing what he does, and also your new, Dochi in the game too, man? How does it
yeah,
feel,
yeah.
my guy?
Well, I mean, uh, first and foremost, I'm humbled. You know what I'm saying? I'm, obviously honored. Um,
Yeah,
but it's an interesting thing because I could genuinely say the same thing about him. Like I've actually learned the most from him as a recording artist. Like I I'm sure that I studied and still study his
right,
style more than he's ever studied mine. So
right. Still sharp and still.
just but no, but still, yeah, but still
Right.
the fact that he would share that story. He told all of our stories, in
Yeah,
that span of a song. But
yeah.
it's just that's just that was I'm
That was
honored,
beautiful.
man, to say the least. Yeah, for sure.
That was beautiful. So I just got one more question. So but if if Siobhan,
But
Ron,
yeah,
you
but
got,
but but yeah, for everybody that's listening, man, you too, for the very low
yeah,
price of, 47.99, can get you an Absol template. You know what I'm saying? If you want to rap like Absol too and define your pen, you feel what I'm saying? Holla at them. You know what I'm saying? We'll set you up with a little care package, man, a little template. You feel me?
they need that.
Yeah.
These rappers need that.
yo,
They need
yo,
that.
yo,
You know what I'm
Leroy,
saying?
before you
you
ask your
you
questions,
too. You too can rap like Absol and
so
Yeah.
define your pen.
before you, so Leroy, before you ask your question, Savon, ask yours real quick.
Yeah. Now that you got into it, you spoke of Kenny Leroy. I noticed on his album he had the Heart Part Six, and he speaks on his role in Black Hippy and
Yeah,
what he thinks of why it never went the way it went because his creativeness was outside of that. Being that we never really got you guys as a collective all together on the project since.
yeah.
Can we get that actual Black Hippie album, or has there been talks of it, or is there any unreleased music from you guys that you all may
Wouldn't
put out?
wouldn't wouldn't
Sure.
wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do, man. You know I gotta
Yes.
ask.
I'm
Is that
sure. I'm sure
is
you'd
it
like to know
coming,
that.
bro? Like,
Yeah.
can we get a clue? Is
Yes.
it
Yeah.
something that
Man,
y'all
that'd
want
be
to work
crazy
on?
if
I
you knew that,
ask,
huh?
brother.
That'd be crazy if you
Yes.
knew that. That'd be
Absolutely.
so crazy if you had that answer, right? You'd be the
Bro,
guy. Like
some
if you knew
Yes.
that, you'd be the
Yes.
guy, like, right? That's crazy. Maybe one day you'll be the guy, man. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I'd get it
Not
exclusive out of you,
today.
brother. You know we want to
Not
know, but
today,
man,
man.
we love
Not
it,
Yeah.
man.
today.
As a
But
collective, as
you
a
keep.
solo, y'all did
Yeah.
y'all thing, but as a group, man, we want that official project, man. So whether
Yeah,
y'all working on it now,
I
or
bet you do.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Me too. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
If you're not catching my
No.
sarcasm, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
I'm catching it.
I
I'm
caught it.
catching it. I'm catching it. I'm
I caught.
catching it.
Yeah.
I'm winking
Okay.
behind these shades. I'm like
We
winking.
reading
You know
between the
what
lines, brother. We can see
Yeah,
what's behind the shades. We see what's going on.
I'm saying?
We
Yeah,
connecting
right.
the
There you go.
dots. You know what I mean?
Word. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay,
We
okay. Yeah,
connecting the
connect the
dots.
dots. Yeah,
I
yeah,
But
got you.
yeah.
All right.
one. Go ahead, Siobhan. Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, man, with that being said,
Yeah.
you we speak about your TDE fam. We know that I've read past interviews or seen your past interviews when you speak about how you get love from within your camp, and I see that Lupe shows you love. I see you guys. He popped out for a show of yours, and you get the love for your way of
Are you
approaching
talking
music.
about recently? I just popped out of his show. He was on tour
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
Samurai.
Pop that show. But there was some past stuff where I seen where you guys shared the stage together
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
no, that's really that's one of my mentors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I seen you guys got on stage and y'all did y'all thing together, and there's love there, and people recognize you. Jay recognized you in the past,
Yeah.
and with that being said, man, does it bother you, or does it make you approach your way to music differently, knowing that you don't get the mainstream accolades or the chart love that as you should for your art, man? Does it ever change your approach to music? I seen that you were talking to DJ Ed about the
Mm.
BPMs with your music, and you want some bops as
Yeah.
well. I mean, does that ever bother you or change that approach?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's just that's just a matter of just like challenging myself, like to to do more and to the goal is to ultimately we could call it like mainstream or commercial success and all of these
Yeah,
things and
Right.
all of that, but the ultimate goal is to honestly just to touch as many people as possible, man. To I've really had the privilege of really touching many hearts, and I don't take that for granted at all. So whatever I can do to continue to do that, and especially challenge myself creatively as an artist to perform and come with something new, like I'm all for that. So
yeah,
I've been the underground emperor forever. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
And then like I said too, like I get called underrated a lot, but it's like what I said they say I'm underrated, but wait a minute. If a million niggas saying the same thing, then y'all all just lied.
Right.
If a
Facts.
million niggas say I'm underrated, how underrated
Facts.
am I? Like, you know what I'm
Let-
saying? I think, I think
Probably.
everything is I think everything is as it should be, man. And I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm gonna continue to, I'm gonna just continue to be a vessel, man, and try to stay on the path, man, God is good, man, and I just want to continue to be of service. You feel me?
Definitely.
You doing that, man. You doing
That's
that
right.
service.
Thank you.
Service.
Thank
But
you.
and you're a vessel too. And shout out to Lupe too, because you guys collab a lot. And whenever y'all two Jedis get together, that's the
Yeah.
force there. That's really the
Oh, for
force.
sure. Nah, for
You
sure.
know, Absol and Lupe together is the force.
No
Okay.
doubt, no
All
doubt.
right.
No, so Leroy, ask your
But
last question before we get Ab out of here.
yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. But one last thing. So the
Yeah.
vessel that you are, right? Your last song,
Yeah.
"Righteous Man." You talk about Nips, man. You talk about Nipsey Hustle. You know what I mean? So I need you to, towards the beginning of the album, you're Soul Burger. As the album progresses, you go back to Ab Soul, and now you talk
No.
about Nipsey. Okay, go
No.
ahead.
I'm glad you
Okay, I'm
said that.
my bad.
No, 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 no. But I'm glad you said that too, because that's the beauty in this though too. Like, because
Yeah.
perception is everything, perspectives, right? Like, I love
Hmm.
hearing like how different people dissect it, and
Right.
sometimes what happens for me a lot is like people like kind of discover things that I said that I didn't even mean to, which goes back to me just being a vessel, like the boat. You know what I'm saying? The
The boat,
boat, the best of
the
all
best of
time,
all time. Yeah, the
the
boat. You
vessel,
know,
right?
come on, man.
What's
But tell.
interesting about Righteous Man is that Righteous Man was actually the first song that I recorded for that project.
Oh wow.
So it ends where it begins, like most great movies.
Yeah.
And actually, when you listen to the project again, I'm interested, and that's Joey Badass introducing me, right? I don't know if y'all knew that,
Okay.
but
Okay. It's fine. Yeah.
yeah, he's the one that introduced me to the stage, the Soul Burger. But what
Yeah.
happens throughout the album, I want you to listen to it now, like with this ear. Like, what happens is I start off as me, as Soul.
Mm.
9 Mile is me,
Okay.
but then there's
That's
but
right.
there's a but when you listen, there's a gradual fusion between me and Doe. So it's a roller
Gotcha.
coaster ride. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of hear me if you're familiar with me and what I do. And then there's 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 a
Like a gradual.
side that like there's a side like it goes in waves. Like, there's a side where, like, it may sound different from me, like what you would normally
Mhm.
hear from me, right? Until,
Right.
as the album progresses, I eventually merge in. We actually fuse together perfectly, and Righteous Man is the perfect fusion between me and Doe. It
Mm.
actually that's us
Okay.
together actually. So,
I get it. I
because
get it.
because Doe is just as much of a prophet as I am. He we were just as much alike as we were different.
Right.
And like the story with Nip, like, it's a true story too. Like, the second verse, I'm like telling the story of when
Mm.
Nip passed and what that did. And they're from the similar area, like the 40s and the 60s. They
Mm.
all rolling. So, like, that was like tough for him. That was a tough loss for all of us, but for him, in that culture, right?
Yes.
Um, and just and Nip, just in general, he was really our Haile Selassie, man. Like, he stuck his head in the lion's mouth for this shit. And
Right.
it was important for me to note the sample was, composed by Terrace Martin, and the actual composition is called King Nip. So
Uh,
that's like
wow, man.
that's how that came about. Yeah, and like we like recorded it in Lemert Park on June the prior Juneteenth.
Yeah.
So that, that's where Doe was from, Lemert, and that's where we have our Juneteenth celebrations every year.
Yeah.
And it was just profound in that manner. And that was the first record that we cut, also by Python P, Bucko Senior. You feel me?
No.
Um,
Yeah. Right.
and yeah, so now, when you listen back to it, like try to listen to it as like a gradual fusion. It starts off
Yeah.
as me, but then there's just this gradual fusion of me and him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
Hmm.
fire, man. I appreciate that answer, man. That's and
All good.
great album. Great album from a
Thank you.
great artist. You know what I mean? And you broke it down perfect. When I heard the album, I knew it was fire, but I had to go to the source, man. I had to climb the mountain and go into the find the temple of Ab Soul and ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you blessed
Church.
me with the answers, Ab Soul. I appreciate you, my guy. You know what I'm
Church.
saying?
Church.
Yeah.
Hey man, you guys listen, man. You guys stay on the path, man, and keep up the good work, man. You feel me?
Oh,
And keep being of service.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying?
No
definitely.
doubt,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We appreciate
Appreciate
you,
it.
brother. We'll touch base when we get out to the West Coast, man. With Leroy, we'll touch base.
Church on the move, man. Church on the move.
No
And
doubt, bro.
I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna
Yes,
get
sir.
back at Matt too. I'm gonna get next week. I'm looking around in LA, man. I'm gonna get back to him. I'm gonna get back to him.
Okay, bet.
No
I
doubt, man. We
bet.
appreciate
Yes,
you, brother. Thank you for
you.
tapping in
Yep,
with
y'all be
us.
good, man. All right.
No
Y'all be
doubt.
good.
Sir. Thank you,
Absol's in the
Absol.
Yep.
building, man. We appreciate him. Appreciate his time. All
Fire.
right. That was good. So yeah, we had to do it good for y'all. We had to do it
Come
good
on.
for y'all. Hit like and subscribe. You had Absol in the building. I know y'all didn't see him on
Yeah.
Saturday. We came back and we pulled up. So it was all good.
Yeah. I didn't want. I wanted the people to know. It was real. You know what I mean. So he had to pull back up, and he was gracious about it, man.